things I've ever watched. I
Scuff is
think.
our style anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so hello and welcome to whatever the fuck this is. I guess I don't have a name for whatever this is, but basically, let me lay you down a story. That's not how you words. Let me tell you a story. So basically, Urban and I have been watching movies together forever. We've known each other for over 10 years at this point. But we decided to keep a running list of the movies that we watch because A, we're finicky people and we are terrible at keeping a consistent schedule, right? So like we would be very inconsistent at watching movies, so this is kind of to hold us to that. And also so that none of us like bitch out, right? Like we used to have issues where like we'd want to watch two movies and then we couldn't decide on what movie to watch, or we would watch the one movie but the second movie that was promised we wouldn't watch because I was a bitch. So anyway, I thought it would be fun to go back and like review those movies that we watched. So what are we at right now? We're over 80, aren't we? Since 2018?
82.
82.
Yeah, 82.
Okay, so we've watched 82 movies.
Since we started the running list in February of 2018.
Yeah, so 2.5 years.
Obviously have watched movies before this, but
oh yeah,
I mean, we didn't have a list then.
And this is specifically from movies that we watched together.
Yeah.
And so I figure we're gonna talk about maybe 4 movies per video. That's kind of the plan. And so we're gonna go back to the
I think
very
4 videos
beginning.
per movie could be very that could be a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Milk the content.
Yeah,
brother.
Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and then an overarching conclusion. Right? There you go. 4 movies, exactly. 4 videos per movie, dude. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Literally. Oh, I can't fucking speak. This is gonna be fucking scuffed, brother. All right. So yeah, I don't have a name for this. I'm thinking like movie list and review or something like that. But if any of you who end up watching this have a better name idea, I'm all ears. We'll figure this out as we go. So, the first movie.
What are we actually supposed to talk about? I hope you have like some kind of like bullet point that we can pull from.
Yes, I do. In fact, of course, I have bullet points. Of course.
Do you?
Of course. Yes. It's totally something that I've prepared.
Then please, by all means,
yeah, for sure. Give me a second. You want to have my wallet? I trust you. All right. No, I don't.
Why didn't you write any bullet points before we started?
Because we're going off the cuff. We're just talking about stuff.
What are we supposed to talk about? We're supposed to talk about Rush Hour. All right, bet.
All right, so
what about it?
The first movie we're going to talk about is Rush Hour. We watched this movie on February 11th, 2018. So 2.5 years ago.
Dude, I just figured it. No, I just figured out the fucking thumbnail. You shut your mouth. I just figured out the thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. You ever see those? You ever go to like Chinatown and you see those bootleg DVD sales people that have like yeah. They have like all those movies like laid out on the fucking table with super sketch. It's like a fucking really cheap ass table, right? And they have like DVDs galore, right? Mm-hmm. And it's always, I don't know why they do this. It's always like a 2-in-1, 3-in-1, 4-in-1 pack, right? Mm-hmm. And they have the title, like the box art photoshopped onto it, and it's always like a little jank and weird. But you know what movies you're getting.
I can
Rush Hour top left, Iron Giant top right, Unbreakable bottom left, Tangled bottom right. 100%. Just that's the thumbnail, dude.
It's unfortunate now that you've said this in the recording, because now I'm more or less committed to doing this, regardless of whether or not I wanted
to. The power of editing. You don't want to do it, don't do it, and cut this out.
Nah. Unedited content. I did, however, realize that I did dox myself a few sentences ago, so I will have to edit that out.
Wait, what'd you do?
I said...
Yo, you should make a bullet point for this. Just be like, yo, maybe look out for this.
For sure. All right, so Rush Hour, the first movie we're gonna talk about. All right, wait, should we tell him the 4 movies now, or just go in order? Once we're talking about it. Let's tell him the 4 movies now. The 4 movies we're gonna talk about are Rush Hour, The Iron Giant, Unbreakable, and Tangled. Those are the 4 movies. Those are our first 4 movies we watched. All right, Rush Hour. So Rush Hour came out September 18th, 1998. And so for our movie list, we generally do like Urban will put one on, then I'll put one on, so we'll kind of like go in alternating order. So this is a movie that Urban put on. So why did you put this movie on, Urban?
Because you said you'd never seen it.
Right.
It was a fucking travesty.
For
I
sure.
grew up with a lot of Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah.
And the fact that you didn't displeases me.
So
I have been trying to rectify this.
For sure. Did I ever tell you why I wasn't a big fan of Jackie Chan movies? Actually.
Probably, but I don't remember.
So basically, like, this is coming from a place of ignorance. I hadn't seen a whole lot of them. Right. So I know that English is isn't it like his third language?
Possibly.
I know it's at least his second. It might be his third. I'm pretty sure it's his third language.
Right.
I think I read that somewhere. I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
But it's undisputed that his action scenes are fucking phenomenal. But I always felt that like because his English was a little rough around the edges sometimes, that his acting wasn't super good. And so like that was a bit of a turnoff for me.
Oh, for like just straight up acting.
Just straight up acting, right?
Chops, not
yeah.
Like, right. Okay.
And I was a little bit worried about that. And so one thing that this movie does like phenomenally is it actually leans into that. And it's so unexpected because like the first interaction between the two is Jackie Chan acting like he can't speak English.
It was so glorious.
It's so good.
That cheeky smile when he realizes, oh, he doesn't think I can speak English. Oh, this is going to be great.
Oh, exactly. And I think pairing him with Chris Tucker is so fucking smart because Chris Tucker does all the talking. Jackie Chan doesn't need to do any talking. Chris Tucker just keeps talking.
And they get to play to Jackie's strengths, which are, just acting with the body. Because I'm pretty sure he was a stuntman first.
That sounds right.
Most Hong Kong or most Hong Kong actors that come out of China normally they have a really big foundation in like stunt work, stunt choreography, because they don't bother paying other people to do the stunts.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to hire stuntmen that can act. Basically, I think that's how it was.
So is Jackie Chan trained in like some form of like formal martial arts?
I'm pretty sure he's actually I'm pretty sure he used to do like Shaolin. I think he's actually formally trained Shaolin.
Because his action scenes are so good. Like I went back, so again, it's been a while since we watched this movie, and so we went back and watched a couple of clips from all the movies just to kind of refresh our brain. Like so if I was gonna be critical about this movie, which I'm not going to be super, I think the one thing that like even I went back and I watched like I have a fair amount of clips, and like I could not tell you what the main plot of the movie is. I could not. Can you tell me what the main plot of the movie is?
So Jackie gets called over from China because he's good friends with I think he's like a senator or something, and that senator's daughter gets kidnapped, and so they call in like the FBI and stuff to handle it. But the senator or whatever, the father wants to call in one of his good friends that he knows he would want to also help because he's a friend of the family or whatever. And so it's basically him and Chris Tucker trying to find that little girl,
right?
Trying to like follow the breadcrumb.
I'm impressed. You got most of that right.
Did I?
Yeah, I have like the little description in front of me. So it's a diplomat's daughter. I don't know if it was ever said a senator, but it was a diplomat, right? And
right. I knew it was some kind of something about politics.
I think Jackie Chan's character actually is from Hong Kong, not from China. Or I guess.
Oh well, yeah.
Hong Kong is, but
yeah. I guess I suppose there is a distinction now.
There's a distinction. But yeah, so that's basically it, right? And then like there's a whole, I don't remember like the whole like revelation. I think there was like a revelation that like one of the people that Jackie Chan knew was the person involved, wasn't it? That sounds vaguely right. I could be confusing it with one of the other two.
It was the big guy.
Yeah.
That was the bad guy. The one that was kind of consoling the diplomat. He's the guy that plays the guy that plays Falcone in Batman Begins. I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah. So back to my main criticism I was going to say is that the main plot of the movie is a little bland or forgettable. But like that really isn't the point. It's so not the point. Like the action scenes and the
It is
comedy
just,
and the duo is so much the point.
it's literally the plot is there, the plot is there to drive along the character interactions between
Exactly.
Jackie Chan's character and Chris Tucker's character.
Exactly.
And I think it shines more because of it.
No, yeah.
Because it's less about a high stakes thing and say like saving the day, and more about them going through their day.
It's a buddy cop action.
It's a buddy
movie.
cop.
Action
It's a buddy
comedy.
cop. Just like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think like I haven't seen Lethal Weapon in a hot minute. I could not tell you the plots to any of the Lethal Weapons really, but I could tell you probably some of the funny moments and like some of the action
I could tell you the first two. And probably the fourth.
Of course you
I don't
could.
think anybody remembers the third Lethal Weapon movie. It's so forgettable.
Yeah, but again, so the duo is so good. I also love that they start off like not liking each other. Are you good? You're gonna be good.
I'm just hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna cough in mute. I think I'm dying.
Unfortunate.
All right, I'm back.
Nice.
Hello.
So like I really like that the dynamic started with like them not liking each other.
It was a very slow, like gradual, like what's the word, like warming up.
Yeah, like friendship building, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they could have been considered friends until maybe like maybe a little, maybe like when they're when they're teaching each other moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like flip the badge open, flip it closed,
Mm-hmm.
and teaching him how to do the quick disarm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been a pretty decent start of the friendship.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think they might have been able to call themselves friends yet, but like that was where it started, I think.
Yeah.
That came right after the talk that they had about how both of their dads were cops, right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Like for such a I don't know the word, like a lighthearted movie, right? Like it's a lot of like it's a very funny movie, right? Like we'll talk about that in a second, but this is a very funny movie. I'm surprised at how like fleshed out the two main characters are. Like they have like a connection, like because like you just said, because both their dads are cops, and like they both want things, right? They have wants, and they're like actual characters.
They're like, it's like they're people.
They're people.
They're
man.
real people.
It's interesting.
They're really real.
Yeah. But no, dude, Chris Tucker is so funny. I don't think I'd seen Chris Tucker in a movie before this movie. I think this is the introduction to me, like Chris Tucker to me.
Never watched
so
Friday?
No. Is that a movie to add to the movie list?
Yep. Give me a sec. Hold on. God damn it.
This will happen, folks. This will happen. Just put it on a notepad. You can add it later.
No, it's already there, brother.
Unfortunate.
Truly unfortunate.
Anyway, Chris Tucker is very funny. He makes me laugh like a lot. Like I was laughing at the clips I was rewatching too. Like when there's the scene where he's chasing Jackie, and then he catches up to him, and then like the cab driver pulls out the gun, and so Jackie, because Jackie disarmed Tucker, and so Jackie turns away for a second, then Chris Tucker takes out another gun. This is fucking funny. Was Blackanese in this movie? Was that a line in this movie? I think that was one of the lines in this movie.
If it wasn't in this movie, it had to have been in one of the Rush Hour movies.
No, it was in one of the Rush Hour. I wasn't sure if this in the second one.
It could have been in Rush Hour 2 when he's talking to his brother, played by Don Chia. Wait, what's his name?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Thank you.
Is
that his brother? No, that's his cousin.
His cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, his cousin. I think he says something about that. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. Apparently Rush Hour 4 was announced.
I know there were rumors, but like I know that they both kind of wanted to do it, but was it like, is it confirmed?
The movie's been announced, but it looks like the only one that would it looks like the only one that doesn't have rumored next to their name in the cast is a really buff. Jesus Christ, his arms are huge. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god, his arms are huge.
Alright, you gotta link me. You gotta link me.
Look at this.
Link me.
Look
Link
at this
me.
man.
Link me.
His arms are huge. Look at those biceps.
Which
Lex
guy?
L, I believe his name. He's gonna be playing a special agent.
Holy
Darius
shit!
Chan.
Why is he so large?
Look at his arm.
He's so large. He's got tats on that shit too.
I'm intimidated.
He's born from Chicago too. Makes sense. He was in the United States Air Force, brother. This man's he's a vet.
Is he actually?
Apparently.
Oh my god.
He became a senior intelligence specialist for the United States intelligence community. Why is he an actor? Why are you here?
Oh wow. Bad Boys 4 was announced. Because didn't we just got Bad Boys 3?
I have not seen Bad Boys.
I have Bad Boys. I have Bad Boys on the list, right? I totally do. You're just saying that because in case I don't have it, I'm gonna add it.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't have it here.
He's in Bad Boys.
I don't have it. It's being added. Fuck.
Unfortunate. There's number 2.
It's fine. It's all the way at the bottom. It's not. It's really low key.
Anyway. But no, this is a very good movie. I was very. This is one of those movies too. Like, there's a lot of these movies that we watch. So we don't basically we try to put a lot of trust. I think at least I do. When we're doing these movies, we have a veto, but we've never used the veto, right? No, we never used a veto. No, we've never used a veto.
We almost did. I think I may have almost. We may have almost. No. Hold on. We almost vetoed.
When?
It was. Hold on. I'm trying to look for it now. Oh, Sweeney Todd.
Well, okay, that was semi a meme. Like I was super uneasy about watching that movie, but I never actually got to the point where I was gonna veto it.
Right.
But anyway, so we never actually vetoed. And so a lot of these movies are movies that we normally wouldn't watch. Like, I don't think I would ever watch Rush Hour like on my own without assistance. Like, I don't think if you hadn't pushed me to watch it, I would have watched it on my own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's the type of movie I see on Netflix and go, oh yes, this is my time. Let me watch this movie. But it's so good. I love it. I'm so disappointed I won it. It's so good. I loved it. It's so good. Like, you've opened my eyes. You opened my eyes, dude. So yeah, no, so a lot of these movies are movies maybe.
Also, you saying that Jackie isn't a good actor, or that you thinking that feeling like Jackie isn't a good actor. We have to watch The Foreigner.
Didn't you have that on your list?
It is. I've just been kind of waiting to pull the trigger on that. I might put it on after all these things. Don't
hurt your brain trying to plan out when you're gonna put it.
Shut up.
You need to write out a plan for yourself in a separate fucking document.
I really do.
So yeah, Rush Hour was a movie that I was a little hesitant about. But it's one of those things I'm really glad I trusted you because it was really good. I really enjoy it. The action though, what can we say about the action scenes? They're so good.
It's a Jackie Chan movie, so I expect really good fight choreography.
Oh yeah, the choreography is on point. It's absolutely so good. And something I really liked too is that a lot of the action scenes had a gimmick to it. There's that one action scene towards the end where Jackie's trying to save vases, antique vases.
Yeah, it's one of the things where it's in most action scenes, they're gonna be breaking a lot of things, but in this action scene we have Jackie trying to save all of these antique vases.
Yeah, and it adds another layer to the action as opposed to just two people or a group of people fighting, right? It's a whole
it almost adds it almost adds a small little stakes.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, it adds like I don't know the word. Like there's investment.
Also,
there.
I think if you were watching the movie clips thing, I know that it cuts off right as Jackie just goes shit.
um. Yeah, and then like the one fight where Chris Tucker and Jackie are trying to get the gun. They're fighting a bunch of people and they're trying to get the gun.
Oh, that was
super
so good.
So good, so good. I love that scene.
The synchronized fighting I think is one of my favorite action sequences.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Whenever they fucking their teamwork is so good in combat, like in action scenes, it's so good. It's one of those things where like a lot of video games tend to try to do this, and I think that like movies do it sometimes, but I don't think they do it enough sometimes. But like you can build a lot of the audiences are able to buy into relationships when you show them more than sometimes being told. Obviously, show don't tell is super good, but like it's easier to buy into a character relationship if it shows them working together than just talking about them working together, right? So showing the two characters working together makes it so much easier to buy into the fact that like they're growing, even because again this is a short movie. It's like less than an hour and 40-minute movie, hour and 37 minutes. So I mean, like us talking about their character growth in such a short movie is a testament to like how much is, I don't know the word, like not a minute is wasted in that sense, right? Even the action scenes are used for character development.
Yeah.
Or I guess character development. I don't know. Anything that comes to your mind that you want to talk about for Rush Hour? I've been kind of leading. Okay, if not,
no,
I just wanted.
It's been good that you're leading. No,
I just wasn't sure because I know that, I know that this is a movie that like you had a lot of history with because you watched this a lot when
this is my childhood.
Yeah,
I watched so much movies when I was a kid growing up. And, like, I still watch movies a lot. And
for sure.
Like, but like definitely Rush Hour. If it was on TV, I'd change the channel. I'd watch it because it's always fun to watch. It's one of those movies that you just really can't get bored of.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if there's anything like a funny story or something like that you wanted to talk about, like when you were younger, or like how you found it, or why you liked it so much, or anything like that. I mean, that's okay. You don't have to. I just wasn't sure.
I can't remember when I found it. It was probably Dad probably rented it from Blockbuster.
That's fair.
And it just became like a staple in the household. If it was on, they'd just change the channel to it. And
Rest
I was
in peace,
totally
Blockbuster.
down. Oh my god.
Hey man,
I have so many good memories of going to Blockbuster with Dad, jumping in the car.
Well, not your
and
dad,
then like really now. I don't remember you in the car with us.
Yeah, brother, I'm your brother.
The demos were great.
Did you ever have a Hollywood video?
What'd you say?
Did you ever have a Hollywood video?
No. The only thing we really had was Blockbuster.
Dude, Hollywood Video was so fucking pog. Like, it was so nice. It was like slightly nicer Blockbuster because like they had like a whole like section dedicated to like games. And like my memory's a little hazy because I was younger, but like I just have this vivid memory of like walking into like the little game section and two Hollywood Video employees handing me a Shonen Jump. You remember Shonen Jumps, like the manga?
Yeah.
And then there being a Naruto one in there that I was like, oh, this is so cool. And so they handed me another one. So I got 2 free Shonen Jumps for just walking into the store, no purchase necessary. And my mind was exploded. I'm convinced I still have them somewhere.
That's how they build loyalty there.
Bro. Fucking seriously. If Hollywood Video was still around, I was still going with there, dude. I'm telling you. I'm convinced I still have those too. I have a little in my garage. I have a little box full of all the Shonen Jumps I used to get. I probably still have them in there. I'd have to look for a duplicate. It's in there somewhere. But no, Hollywood Video is super cool. Anyway, we're getting a little bit off track.
I remember going to Blockbuster and playing the demos for like the PS2 and the GameCube.
Dude, yeah.
That was where I played Destroy All Humans,
bro,
for the first time. I never got the game, unfortunately. But like every time I went there, I'd always like go and look for Destroy All Humans, the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction game, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
It was the superior Incredible Hulk game.
Hulk 2003 video game, the movie video game. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Do you remember the Incredible Hulk game that came out for like PS3 and like stuff like with the movie The Incredible Hulk, with Edward Norton?
No.
They had a movie tie-in with that. It was an open world
Well, maybe that's a movie.
Like,
what was there a movie
do you
for
remember
2003's Hulk? Or was there a game?
Yeah, there was also one as well. I
think that was the one I played. I don't think I played the one. I don't think I played the 2007 one.
Okay, so that one you couldn't really jump around. Like you could jump, but like it was very linear levels, and it was more of like a beat 'em up. No, it was more of a beat 'em up than Ultimate Destruction, which was more like Prototype and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever played those.
No, I haven't.
Right, I know, because you like being the hero, so you don't like playing as the villain.
Right. I'll play as a villain every once in a while, but if the option is to be a hero is there, I'll play the hero.
Yeah, well, that's Prototype. You don't get the option.
Yeah, well, then I'd still play that game.
Collateral Damage is the name of the game.
I mean, I'd still play that.
It's a good game.
There's actually there's a video series out there by I'm forgetting the YouTuber. Is it White Light? It might be White Light. Where he goes back and like he does like in-depth reviews of like in the style like my style, but like better of Prototype and Prototype 2. So I actually was gonna watch those. I watched like the first 5 minutes and I was like, this is interesting. Then I got busy.
How long are they?
Like hour plus long.
I mean, if we're not gonna watch movies, I'd be down to watch that with you.
Oh god. Maybe not tonight. I like to watch those in the background.
It's Prototype, brother.
I mean, you can watch it. We'll figure it out. Okay, we're getting distracted. We'll talk about that later.
You wanted it to be scuffed. You should have made bullet points.
Fuck. It's fine. It's fine. It's scuffed. It's fine. No. All right. Back to Rush Hour. Is there anything else?
Is there anything else that we should cover for this, or should we move on to the next movie?
I mean, I'm comfortable moving on. I think I don't want to give ratings because you'd give a 10 out of 10 for everything.
I would not give a 10 out of 10 for everything. Like, for instance, Iron Giant, I would give a 9.9.
What the fuck did you just say to me, you little shit? What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me? No, you take that back right now. No, you take that back. I don't know why you're laughing. I'm very serious. You take this back. You apologize right now.
What are you talking about? I'm just giving my honest opinion. You hate when I give 10s to everything, so fine.
Yeah, to 10s to movies that don't deserve it. Listen here, motherfucker. The Iron Giant is one of the best movies ever made, alright? And if you are listening to this and you have not seen The Iron Giant, do yourself a favor and go watch it.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's one of it. If I'm asked, because so picking a favorite movie for me is so hard. Like it's so hard for me to be like, this is it. You know what I mean? So, but oftentimes if someone asks me what's my favorite movie, instead of giving them a whole spiel about, oh, I love so many movies, here's a go, I normally tell them The Iron Giant. I think The Iron Giant is a solid contender for my favorite movie of all time. I love it so much. So much. And so we watched this on the same day as we watched Rush Hour. That was February 11th, 2018. And Urban had never seen this movie. And it's a crime against humanity that he hadn't seen it. And so we started with two movies that were crimes against humanity that the other hadn't seen.
Basically.
Now, Urban really liked. Were you nervous about watching this movie? Was this a movie that you didn't really want to watch, or were you like, whatever, we'll watch it, like, or what? Do you remember at all?
It was kind of a whatever, we'll watch it.
Yeah, whatever.
That's happened. That's happened with most of the movies that you've given me. The only ones that I'd be a little leery about would mostly just be because I think they're a little boring.
Mm-hmm.
Would be like the first Indiana Jones movie. When Harry Met Sally, it was a whole.
Oh, we'll get to all those movies, brother.
That was leery. Ooh. That was me being worried.
Yeah. So The Iron Giant came out July 31st, 1999. So actually, these came out within a year of each other, actually.
What day did it come out? Right. Cut that out.
Why? Oh, right. So this came out July 31st, 1999. I need to put up a Google Doc when I need to. I've doxed twice.
I told you early.
I've doxed twice. All right, this is fine. I'm not worried. Do not. All right, we gotta cut out when I doxed myself. And when I doxed Urban. All right, bet. I have a list. How long do we think it will get?
Probably not that long, honestly.
So Iron Giant, I love this movie. Now this is a movie from my childhood, right? I don't say that about many movies, but this is part of my childhood. Like, this is special to me. So actually, did you know? So this is directed by Brad Bird. Did you know that Brad Bird is the same guy that directed The Incredibles. Did you know that?
As soon as you said his name, yes.
Right, but did you know that like he was the guy that directed The Iron Giant before this?
No.
Yeah, so this is Iron.
You probably made a big deal of it at first, but no, I don't remember. I have a bad memory, you know that.
No, for sure. So this movie actually lost money when it came out.
Unfortunate.
It had a budget of 48 million and it only made 31.3 million. It lost almost $20 million. Probably with marketing, it probably did.
Yet people consider it such a classic that it was literally it had a pretty big cameo in Ready Player One.
Oh no, this became a cult classic. It just wasn't like in theaters. It didn't end up getting well. Like a lot of like our generation, like the VHS generation, ended up watching this movie a lot. This also was put on Cartoon Network a fair amount. Cartoon Network probably helped put it in a lot of kids' minds too, because this is a very good kids movie in that sense. Like it's got a really good message that I think is still good for adults too.
Did we? Talking about a cult classic, we watched Tremors before this list happened. Huh?
We did watch Tremors before this list happened.
Fuck, unfortunate. That's a movie I'd love to talk about. We
could do a special episode if you wanted. Where like we talk.
No, I don't. Dog, I don't. It would be so hard to find movies to talk about that we just did.
Paranormal Activity. All 5 of them.
I wouldn't want to talk about Paranormal. Come on. I wouldn't want to talk about those. Let's be real. They're fun. They're fun guilty pleasure movies to watch when you really don't have anything else to watch. But like other than that, they're nothing to write home.
For sure. I wasn't genuinely scared in any of them. Of course not. Couldn't be me. Could not be me.
They're jump scares.
Couldn't be me.
Just like Insidious, they're just jump scares. There's no suspense or anything.
Couldn't be me.
You don't want to talk about suspense. You'd be like, oh, The Conjuring is great for suspense. No, it's just boring.
Never seen The Conjuring.
It's boring. Don't watch it.
I think that's a hot take, brother. All right. So the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant. All right. So the Iron Giant is actually a pretty short movie too. It's an hour and 30-minute movie. And basically the premise, if you haven't seen it, and again, I'm telling you, if you have not seen this movie, if you haven't even heard about this movie, go watch this movie. It's so good. I actually wonder, it might be, it's on HBO Max, if that's a thing that people have. I guess HBO Max is pretty big now.
I mean, let's be real. I might bug Dad to get HBO Max.
I've heard. Well, yeah, because of Zack Snyder cut. Let's not get into that though. Yeah. We're moving on. So Iron Giant, basically the premise is that like there's this gigantic robot that came down from outer space and it crash lands. But when it crash lands, it bumps its head. There's a little dent in its head, and so basically it's kind of like a child. Like it doesn't really know how to speak. It doesn't really know what to do anything. And so there's this kid, Hogarth, who comes in and saves.
There's a physical dent.
There's a physical dent. A physical dent until
it's actually
until the
there.
Until the end.
Catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the Iron Giant. Like, the entire message is, like, you are who you choose to be, you know? Like, no one gets to decide who or what you are, except for you. And I just love that message so much. Like, that resonated with me as a kid, and now, too, honestly. Like, I don't know. I mean, I dropped out of grad school, so, that was a big deal. And so, like, I'm very much about, like, the whole, like, that's why Endgame, too. I think Endgame's on this list. We'll actually end up talking about it, but, like the whole like Thor when he's like I'm still worthy and stuff like that. You need to stop trying to be who you're supposed to be and just be who you are. Like that really resonates. That kind of idea resonates with me a lot. And so the movie's message not only do I like the movie as a whole, the movie's message really resonates with me. I don't know if it resonates with you at all. Does it?
Yeah. It was I appreciated the message.
Yeah,
I probably coughing for the last 5 minutes while I was quiet.
It probably helps that it had Superman in it, right? Like Superman was like the allegory for him.
Not everything that references Superman gets a pass. All right, listen.
Just almost everything.
Not even Man of Steel gets a pass.
Oh well, it did for a long time.
Fair.
So first thing I want to say is that I'm impressed because again this is a 90s movie. This is late 90s, right? But like still technically a 90s movie. I'm impressed at how good because this is his 3D animation, right? The Iron Giant is all 3D CG. I don't know if it's CGI or how it works, but it's 3D animation. So he's a 3D animated. I'm pretty sure. I could be now. I feel like now I'm self-conscious and that I'm just an idiot. I'm pretty sure. I watched clips. I'm
It's
pretty
possible.
sure.
I mean, if he
No, no, no.
isn't,
I'm
then
sure. I'm sure.
basically it's like Bender.
No,
I
no,
don't
no. I'm
know.
sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. So he's 3D animation or some type of technique that makes it look like 3D animation, while everything else is kind of 2D. And I'm impressed at how good it looks. Like it never looks out of place. Like you know,
No,
like in
never.
like in 2000s animation, like early 2000s, like there's like they threw in a lot of like that 3D animation, and like there are times when like it kind of looks out of place.
Bing.
Yeah, or like I can think of very clearly of like a scene in Avatar, The Last Airbender season 1, where like there was like a point where I was like, oh, that kind of looks kind of bad, like a drill or something like that. That I was like, oh, that doesn't look great.
Was that the drill that they were using to try and get into Boxing Safe?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't remember what it looks like. I just remember it being a giant tank drill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that looking not that great. But no, that looks really good in this movie. Like this entire movie looks good. Also, the soundtrack is so good. Like holy shit, they use music in this movie so well. I think Brad Bird in general has a really good idea about like how to use music to enhance scenes. I don't know if you agree with that. Like I'm thinking about The Incredibles, and I can think of like The Incredibles main theme. Like he uses that super well in super like specific places.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he uses that pretty well. I don't know if you agree or not.
Because he doesn't overuse certain motifs. So
Yeah.
when it's used, it feels like the movie earned it.
Yeah, for sure. Like
it's like Luke's theme from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's never really overused. So when you hear it, you know specifically what's happening, and the movie feels like it earned it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think I get that scene where the Iron Giant goes up to stop the nuke. Like he kind of flies up and like the music just swells up, and I can picture that so vividly. Like
it has the music that happens there. If I remember correctly, it does have a bit of a heroic, triumphant sound to it.
But also like a melancholy black drop because it's like it's a little sad.
Right.
Right, like it's got hits both those tones somehow perfectly at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel
it is the heroic sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just love this movie, dude. I literally I don't think there's ever been a time that I've watched the ending scene where the Iron Giant says,
spoilers for like every movie that we watch.
Oh no,
I've talk about.
Hopefully, future Bryce has remembered to like flash spoiler warning in front because we didn't give one. But we spoiled everything.
Right.
So
we're bad.
I'm flashing spoiler warnings. Hopefully, earlier and maybe now, maybe not now.
We should probably stop talking about other movies. There were people that are just like, we're gonna watch this. All of a sudden, oh shit! By the way, I'm about to spoil Avatar for you. It's like what?
No, I think I'm okay with like having random spoilers in here. I think that's kind of the idea. Like you're entering the spoiler zone now. I'm gonna start saying that. We're gonna start saying that every fucking episode. You're entering the spoiler zone.
Fuck it. That's the name of the series. Spoiler Zone.
Oh fucking hell!
No, it's terrible. No, it's
no,
terrible.
no. It has to be now. It has to be.
No. It's terrible.
But that's the point.
No, we need to be scuffed, not terrible. Find something else.
All right, we'll figure it out. I'm not dropping that though. I don't think I've ever watched this scene where the Iron Giant says, "I go, you stay, no following," and like not cried. Like I don't cry at many movies, but this movie always gets me. I think you
got real quiet when I was playing Minecraft, and you got super silent. I was just like, "What are you doing?" Watching clips.
Yeah, I was watching this. I was watching this scene. I got a little teary eyed. I found that if I just watch the clip, I don't go into full on tears because it really like watching the full movie always gets me. Like that scene. Because
you go on the journey with it with them.
Yeah. I always get so invested. Yeah, I remember
it's good to get invested in movies.
You cried when we watched this movie.
Brother, there's so many movies that I cried
no, that's fair, dude. But like, I was surprised.
I'm a little bitch when it comes to I'm a little bitch when it comes to movies like this. Like I can probably watch any horror movie and really not be affected after it's over, or even probably during it for most of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like if that shit has a tearjerker in it, I'm fucking gone.
Yeah. You've got a fair amount in our movie list, but like not that much, like not crazy amount.
I was full on ugly crying at the end of Lord of the Rings. What do you mean?
That's fair, but that's such a good fucking. Oh my god, you can't even talk about that trilogy. Like, don't even act like that trilogy isn't like some of like the best fucking shit put to fucking movies, dude. Like, don't act like that though. Like fucking, of course, and fucking men cried there. I don't know what you want from me. My friends, you bow to no one. I don't know what you want from me. But yeah. Also, like, can we talk about how fucking so? Again, I think we actually ended up watching that version. Did we have the version that had the Iron Giant's dream in it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So we had the.
I believe we did.
That was the
No. I don't
remember if we did or not. I know I showed it to you either after or during the movie. I don't remember. Yeah. But basically, there's like so the movie got re-released a couple years back now. I think it was on Blu-ray where they added in a scene or two that was a deleted scene, but they added it into the actual movie. I don't know if I liked the deleted scene. I think it might interrupt some pace a little bit just because of how sudden the changes. But like, so basically, again, we already gave hopefully multiple spoiler warnings on screen. But like, the Iron Giant was it's heavily implied, and then outright basically stated in the deleted scene that
in the deleted scene that he was a weapon.
He was a weapon meant to destroy the world, basically.
Yeah, they were weird, like, world destroyers.
Yeah, but and one thing, side tangent, one thing I do really like is that, like, I'm a big fan of when the like movies don't explain details that definitely don't need to be explained. Like, I can see like a lesser director, a lesser writer, like trying to explain like who made the Iron Giants or like what their full purpose is, but like that wasn't the point. That I'm glad they didn't even try to bother.
The point was that he was something that he didn't remember what his purpose was, and he needed to find a new purpose.
Yeah. No, for sure.
With all these powers, with all these like these strengths, these overpowered weapons, jet boosters.
Oh yeah.
You can fly now.
You can fly. Do the Superman pose, and he does the super. Oh, dude, fuck! It's so good.
So good.
But yeah, no. So the Iron Giant is so fucking powerful, dude. Like when he thinks Hogarth is dead and he goes into his rampage, like that's crazy. That's scary. I was scared. You know what I mean? Like he's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Kent Mansley though, dude. You remember Kent Mansley?
Was that the agent? The special agent that was trying to
Hogarth Hughes.
Oh my god, he was so irritating.
Bro, you scare me, Mansley. Fire the missile now. Where's the giant, Mansley?
Was he? I think he's played by when did this movie come out? Like 98?
99.
99. Oh. Yeah. He's voiced by Christopher McDonald.
Yes.
He is I really only remember him from Happy Gilmore, Shooter McGavin.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense that he would play such an insufferable character because he's really good at playing insufferable characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so actually, like, there's actually a fairly studied cast considering there's not that many main characters. Like, I always forget that
every single time that I remember or re-find out that the Iron Giant is voiced by Vin Diesel, it always kind of throws me for a loop.
It makes so much sense though because the voice is not that much different from Groot's voice. Though.
No, yeah.
Like it sounds like you could hear it if you think about it.
To be fair, I haven't heard adult Groot's voice since the first Guardians movie.
That's fair.
All the other ones after that have been like a higher pitched version, and because of that, I really think that it's kind of separated Vin Diesel from Groot because of like the Fast and Furious franchise. His voice is so well known.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did that, I think was actually pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
Because it's not, oh yeah, Vin Diesel's in the movie. That's just, oh, that's Groot.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good distinction that they did.
For sure. It's so good. Vin Diesel is a really good actor, actually. Again, Vin Diesel is another one. We'll get to that later, but Vin Diesel is an actor.
We'll get to that eventually. Yeah. That was Pitch Black was the first one, I think.
Yeah. I wasn't a big.
And then also, I still have to put the Fast and Furious series on here. At the very least, you have to watch the first 3 movies.
For sure. So again, I don't actually know if you remember this, but the mom is played by Jennifer Aniston.
I could hear that.
Yeah, no, like you think
oh my
about
God,
it.
This is a stacked cast,
right? I know. Like I always forget about that. Like so. Like, you could so hear it if you think about it, but like, I don't know. I wasn't.
Harry Connick Jr. plays the the scrapyard guy, right?
Yeah. Dean.
Oh my god.
Hey, Dean. Yeah. So yeah. I'm surprised at how good of a cast it was. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why it's kind of hard for me to think about Jennifer Aniston voice acting, especially in like a movie like this. Especially during like this is during her Friends, like the height of her Friends stardom, right? Like she was a big person at that point. I mean, she still is a big actress, right? But like even then, like she was huge. She was in Friends, right? Like Friends was the shit.
Yeah.
So
Apparently,
anyway.
she still does like voice acting stuff. She voiced a character in Storks, that 2016 animated movies that nobody cared about.
Right.
Um,
Of course. Oh, by the way, so are you on the Wikipedia page right now?
I am.
Look at the top right. I've never actually seen. I was looking at this today. I've never seen this theatrical release poster. I've never seen this before. It looks
Top
really
left
good.
one?
Top right on my screen.
Top left on mine. What the fuck? Why are they different?
Mm.
Whatever.
Theatrical poster.
Is it this one right here?
I don't know. I'm not looking at you.
Is it this?
Yeah. Okay, you're not on the Wikipedia page. You're on the IMDb page.
Oh, sorry. I'm on the IMDb page. My bad.
You're so bad.
I'm sorry.
So
okay,
bad. Yeah, no, I'd never seen this poster before.
It came from outer space. This has a really 50s vibe to it.
I mean, it's set in the 50s, but it has such a 50s vibe.
Yeah.
This sets
oh god, this is just making me think about the War of the Monsters game, I think it was called. On like PS2 and stuff.
So
that was a really fun game.
So one thing I'm trying to understand here though is like, why is there a crescent moon in the O of Iron? Is that supposed to mean something? Am I forgetting something about the movie where like the moon was important?
Maybe they always looked at it. Maybe
the Iron Giant did like them. Like there's that scene where he liked the moon, but I thought it was a full moon.
Maybe he comes from the moon.
Maybe. Who's to say?
That's why we never went back to the moon.
Yeah. Well, at that point, we hadn't gone to the moon. Because it's set in 57.
Oh, that's right.
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 Yeah, no, such a phenomenal movie. I love this movie so much. It's so near and dear to my heart. And every single time I hear
I don't think.
Oh?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll remember it.
I was just saying, every single time I hear someone hasn't seen this movie, my heart kind of sinks, and I'm like, you need to watch this movie. And then almost every time, they kind of bat me off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see that movie. You know what I mean? I'm like, you motherfucker, listen to me. Listen to me. I hold the truth of life. You just need to fucking listen to me. You know what I mean? Like I can think of multiple people that have like kind of shook me off because I was like, you need to watch that Iron Giant. Like, nah. To watch it. All right. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
I hate you so much. I hate you. I hate you.
It's fine. It wasn't gonna be important anyways.
I hate you. I can't believe you forgot. Said you'd remember. You lied to me.
I just found out that. Well, okay. To be fair, I just found out that Brad Bird directed Tomorrowland.
Yeah, he's directed a lot of good
and
movies.
apparently, when the Giant Hand is watching TV, showing an advertisement, Brad Bird wanted to use an ad for Tomorrowland, but Disney said no for whatever reason. No idea why.
I mean, he also directed Ratatouille.
Did he actually?
He did.
Oh my god, he gets around.
He also directed one of the Mission Impossible movies.
Huh.
So, is that the only live action movie he's ever directed? I'm looking at these, and a lot of these are animated.
Where the hell do I find
Because I know that Brad Bird is an animator first. Like, he was an animator for actually a long time.
Yeah.
And then he kind of became a director. Oh, well, sorry. Tomorrowland is obviously a live-action movie. I don't know why. You just told me that. I knew what Tomorrowland was. I don't know why I said. The only two live-action movies is what I mean. But yeah, no.
Yeah. 1906 announced animation.
Nice. What were you trying to find?
No, I was just looking through the thing. Oh, but what I was gonna say, I just remembered. What I was gonna say was that I just realized I don't think we really talked much about the movie. It was mostly just you fanboying over it. I just kind of interjected a couple of interesting points. I think.
Oh, is there anything specifically you want to talk about?
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
No, I don't think so. I don't. We don't have a plan for any of these. We don't have any bullet points or anything. So
No, I told you it was gonna be as chillax as possible. But I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know.
When you think the Iron Giant, is there anything that comes to mind that you're like, oh, this is interesting, or I thought something about this, or anything like that? Like, I'm sure you have your own opinions.
Superman.
Right? Like, I thought that the Superman allegory really worked. It was really good.
It was great.
I don't know. It's such a good moment. Anything else?
I really like the open ending as well. Where it's not really an open ending. It's more just
So this actually is.
We're talking about spoilers, right?
Yeah. No. I spoiled everything.
We're spoiled the shit. Okay. Yeah. So he totally puts himself back together and like just goes and finds Hogarth, right?
So this is something I wanted to talk about actually. So I think that my perspective might be slightly jaded considering what I'm currently working on. But I'm so happy that this movie has not gotten a sequel. So this is something that I've actually personally gone back and forth between. I'll get back to what you're saying in just a second, but this is something what is the point I want to make?
Actually, there's here.
What?
Hold on. Go ahead. I'm gonna send you a thing in a sec.
Like so I generally am of the naive opinion that I like more of things that I like, right? So if I can have more of things that I like, I always want more than less. But like I've often I've been like I feel like in the last like 5 years, a lot of like sequels to some of my like stuff I really fucking like or like endings or shit like that. Like for example, Game of Thrones. We won't talk about that because you haven't finished that yet. But like I've been so disappointed by so many things, and I'm so happy that there are a couple things like the Iron Giant that like haven't been touched, and I don't want a sequel. I don't like this movie is so good that I don't want a sequel because they'll fuck it up, and it doesn't need a sequel. Like I'm becoming more and more comfortable with the idea of there not being like they're standalone movies and shit like that, and like one-off stories that like don't need to be retold or another sequel or something like that. I'm becoming more and more comfortable with that as I get older. If you'd asked me even 2 years ago, I'd be like, well, I mean, if they can make it good and there's more of it, I mean, I'll take more of it. But I'm so worried nowadays that they'll just fuck everything up. That I just rather.
I feel that.
Yeah, so I'm happy that there's not a sequel because the ending is so open. Basically, the Iron Giant is like still alive, but like all broken and stuff like that. It's one of those things where like I do like that you get to kind of interpret your own ending. I choose to believe that he.
It's kind of like a happy ending in a way because he's not dead.
Yeah,
that's really all that matters.
Yeah,
that was the question. That was the one question that made most sense to answer before the movie ends. Is he alive or not?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, clearly it's meant to be that he's dead, but giving Hogarth that peace of mind was, I think, why they ended it that way.
Exactly. Yeah, I choose to believe that he repaired himself and like kind of figured out his own stuff. Maybe he went back and visited Hogarth, but I don't think he like actually like. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know exactly what ended up happening. I don't care too much about what ended up happening, but I think the Iron Giant lived a happy life, and everything was happy, and I just choose to believe that. You can't tell me otherwise. So I see that you just posted that Brad Bird confirmed there would never be a sequel, which is so good. I think that's I don't know, and I think that's
one of the things like no, I was gonna say I think it's kind of similar to like Back to the Future. The creators for Back to the Future have said that as long as they're alive, they will never accept any kind of reboot or sequel to the trilogy.
Which is good. Yeah, I think I also am wondering now that we're kind of talking about this, if like the shitty box office for the Iron Giant is one of the reasons that like another one's not like trying to be forced down people's throats. Like almost because it did bad, it's being saved for everyone.
Because
you know what I mean?
Like let's be real. It could potentially be turned into a money engine because the Iron Giant, I think, is actually a very marketable merchandise.
I mean, look what they did with
the merchandising opportunity.
Look at what they did with Ready Player One. Yeah, exactly. Like they marketed that so heavily in the trailers, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's fucking cool as shit, Iron Giant, baby."
And then he has literally like what 20 seconds of screen time,
like a minute or two, but not much.
Yeah, probably a minute, but like not on in the background.
Yeah, well, yeah. It wasn't. He was not the focus, really.
Yeah, no. The focus was put to like literally every other pop culture reference that was made back in 2017, 2018.
Exactly. So I cherish this movie, and I'm happy there's not going to be a sequel made. Anything else you wanted to say?
Hey, remember when we thought that this wasn't going to take like 2 hours?
We are
took
going
an hour
on
to talk about 2 movies.
Yes. It's been an hour. 54 minutes on the clock, baby. Baby, let's go. It's fine.
Oh fuck.
It's fine.
All right.
Move on next
Probably,
movie.
finish up with the Iron Giant.
Yeah,
or
just
is that
just
it? It's just
I love this movie so much.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. If you have not seen this
watch
movie, go watch
You
it.
haven't watched any of these, honestly. Just go watch them.
Except for
They're
maybe a couple, but I
Um,
think that basically every movie we've liked or we've seen on the movie list that we liked.
Stop looking at Justice League right now.
All
I
right.
can feel
Well,
it.
I'm not.
It's about to be redeemed.
I was too little, too late. It's okay.
You realize I'm going to force that down your throat, right? We're watching that together.
Unbreakable.
We're watching the entire
Unbreakable.
series.
Unbreakable.
We're watching the entire. No. Come back here. Come here.
What do you
I
mean?
have some words for you.
What do you mean?
We're gonna watch it.
What are you talking about?
We're watching Justice League.
Sure. Moving on. So Unbreakable. Movie by M. Night Shyamalan. We watched this movie. When did we watch this movie? Where's my movie tabs? We watched this movie February 16th, 2018. So you'd already seen this movie. I hadn't seen this movie.
Yeah.
You wanted to, so you'd seen Unbreakable before, right? Like did you like Unbreakable a lot?
Yeah, it was not a lot, but
Yeah.
I was aware of it and I understood that it had some higher meaning that I never fully grasped as a kid. I don't think I ever really fully grasped it as an adult either, to be fair, but that's just par for the course when it comes to a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah. So I'm trying to
20 years old as of
Yeah,
well,
came
it's about to be 20 years old this year.
came out November 22nd, 2000. So
14. 14.
I'm looking at November 20. I'm looking at 22nd on the wiki.
Or Google says 14.
Oh, that's the United States release. Actually, probably that might be the international.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes that happens. Anyway, regardless, it came out in November 2000 or 2000.
Yeah.
So
I assume this was a box office success. I can't imagine them having used that much. Yeah, 75 million budget, and then they make 248 million at the box office. Like this was a success, and M. Night Shyamalan just went, no, we're not making a sequel for like 15 years.
Yeah, so we actually watched this movie. I think the reason that you wanted to bring it up is because you wanted me to watch Split.
I wanted you to watch Split, but I didn't want to tell you that it was a continuation.
Yeah, you wanted me to be surprised a little bit, which I think I actually already knew by the time we watched Split.
Which was a little unfortunate, but it's fine.
Yeah, so Unbreakable. I think that for this we should probably try and stay away from like too much talk about Split or Glass, since we'll talk about those later, and also has different ramifications. But just talking about Unbreakable. I know it's fine. I really like the way that this movie like sets the pace and like sets like the atmosphere. Like this isn't necessarily a scary movie or a spooky movie, but there's always like a suspense vibe to it, if you know what I mean. Like when you're watching it, everything's kind of like, what's happening? Is everything real? Like, does he actually have powers? Does he not have powers?
I think that kind of has a little bit to do with like you're watching the movie with like you're experiencing what David is experiencing. It's like where he is also unsure if he has abilities.
Yeah.
If he is special, if he is unbreakable, or if he's just being led on by some delusional guy that's just trying to find some form of meaning in his permanently painful existence.
Yeah, exactly. Which is really what Glass is doing. Mr. Glass's like whole thing is trying to find meaning. He's trying to find meaning in himself by finding someone else like him.
Yeah.
And I think that this is actually such an interesting movie because we watched this movie again in 2018. So that in 2018, the like cinema atmosphere and like the kind of movies that are out are totally different than what they were back in 2000. Like in 2000, comic book movies like I think the original Spider-Man came out that year, right? Or was it 2001?
Spider-Man came out in 2001, 2002.
Okay, wow. So I think the original X-Men movie was out, but other than that, nothing really to a whole lot of commercial.
X-Men come out 2000. July of 2000, and then before that would be like Blade 98.
Right, but I don't think those were huge commercial successes. At least not in the way that we think about comic book movies now.
I don't actually. I think Blade did pretty good. And if it didn't, then it is a cult classic. But to be fair, they did make 3 of them, so it had to have been a little successful. Yeah, 131 million at the box office, 45 million budget. It was successful.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not super successful, but it was successful.
Right, but so what I'm saying is that like that's a tiny-ish success on the scale of compared to where we are now, right? Where like they dominate,
Oh yeah, no, these are
blockbusters.
not billion-dollar box office successes.
Yeah,
These are the foundations.
So what I was trying to get at was that Unbreakable is like a commentary on a lot of like comic book tropes and like comic books as a concept, and like it's interesting to go back and watch them now that like comic book movies have taken over. Like it's interesting a lot of the things that were like they became semi-relevant. It's also interesting how like you can definitely tell that like the director is trying to like. So first off, there's a whole theory out there. I don't know if this is true, but like that M. Night Shyamalan actually doesn't like comic books and comic book like stories. I don't know if that's true, but I could definitely believe
he doesn't.
That.
I remember reading somewhere. I also don't know if it's true, but I remember reading that he doesn't like the big showdown at the end of a like at the end of like a comic book movie or like just like a comic book or stuff like that, which is I think about
yeah. So what I was gonna say is that like it's interesting how like a lot of the things that most general audiences today would like just kind of know, he has to kind of explain to the watcher because he assumes that most people don't read comic books, which is just kind of interesting to me how things have changed in 20 years. Yeah. So Unbreakable. This is before. I guess it's technically before. Oh God, help me. Bruce Willis. Like phoned it in, right? Like he's still like acting, I guess.
I believe so. This is when he still gave a shit about acting.
Yes.
Before his name could just carry him to any paycheck.
Exactly. I think that like.
I mean, I guess his name could still carry his name to a paycheck, but he still put effort forward.
Exactly. I really like Bruce Willis in this movie. Actually, I think I like his subdued reactions to things.
His subtle reactions to things are, I think, what sells David Dunn as an actual character, an actual human being, and not just an actor playing a role.
Yeah. Samuel Jackson. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say like that scene where his son is like, he's like he's so sure he so wants his dad to be special that he's willing to like try and prove to it by shooting him. I think the range of emotions that crosses Bruce Willis's face during that whole scene, I think, sells him as he's I don't know. It's just he's like scared, but also he's not. I don't know how to explain it. It's really
he's scared, but he's trying to put on a face because he wants to keep control of the situation. Like he wants to get control of his son.
Yeah, because it was kind of shown as like he doesn't have like it doesn't feel like he has like a normal father-son relationship with his son. It's different. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was explained that well. I just know that they were kind of going through a bit of a separation type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, you were gonna say something before I cut you off and started rambling.
No, that's good. I think I was just gonna say that I do like Bruce Willis's performance here, and then Samuel Jackson is fantastic as almost always in this movie as well. He sells Mr. Glass and the whole everything about it so well. He sells
a man desperate and hungry for meaning. In a way, it's very subtle because you're not supposed to understand. You're not supposed to get that he's the bad guy, but you could certainly pick up some things that he is pushing just a little too hard in certain areas.
I guess.
Why does he want this so badly? Like, sure, he's like into comics and stuff, but like, why would he specifically want this so badly? Always talking about if there is a me, if there is someone like me, surely there must be someone out there that is the exact opposite of me. He's always looking for meaning as to why he is the way he is. can't just be bad luck. Has to be something like more than just luck of the draw. The gene pool shafted you.
Mm-hmm. I guess that kind of
I
is
think
like
that makes for a very compelling character.
No, it does, and I think that's kind of a natural like segue to the ending, the twist ending, which is like so M. Night Shyamalan for me, and I don't know if you agree with this, is like a hit or miss director, but he's so hit or miss that like his hits are like fucking out of the park, and his misses are like he wasn't even in the same ballpark. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't even up to bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think this was definitely a hit. This is really good, and like the M. Night Shyamalan twist, right? I don't know. This is before I think the twist. Like I don't know if you talk to someone in 2000, they'd say, "Oh yeah, it's an M. Night Shyamalan twist." We know that, right? I don't know if that was like a term yet.
That probably started becoming a term with like Signs. Probably.
When did Signs came out in the early or late 90s?
Signs came out 2002.
2002.
The Sixth Sense came out in 99.
99.
So 99 was The Sixth Sense. Unbreakable was 2000, and then we have Signs, which is 2002.
Yeah, so
I think right around there. That's like three movies in a row that
with
that
big twists.
Have
they probably
solidified
twist. It. Yeah. So I think that like audiences weren't necessarily like gearing up for it, but like if you show, oh hey, this is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, if you show this to any person, they'll be like, oh okay, so there's a twist. I mean, it almost does ruin it in a sense, but I worry that like some of his other works, he's like always trying to emulate that, but I don't think he needs to. But in this one, it's a really good twist because it's one of those things that like it makes so much sense if you like stopped and think about it for like 2 seconds. But like things are happening so fast and like it's just so natural that like, you don't ever really think about it like that. Like
I think that's what works when his twist works. I think that's when it makes a good movie because it is subtle, but if you were paying attention, you might have been able to put certain pieces of it together.
Yeah,
and then the twist will be the last piece.
Yeah, I really like that. Like David, I think that's his name. David Dunn?
Yeah, David Dunn.
Yeah. I really like that, like, when the scene after he touches glass and he gets all the images, like, he actually, like, looks around the room and realizes that it's so obvious if he had ever just looked at the room that glass stays in, like, where everything is. He has, like, plans for, like, the train. He has, like, news clippings of disasters. He has, like, all this other stuff on there, right? That, like, it's so obvious if he just looked. And I feel like that's one of the, it's almost like a allegory for like the audience. If you just looked at Mr. Glass a little bit harder, you'd have seen he was the villain the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that. I did like that twist.
I also hate how that movie ends in a similar way as as Glass.
How so?
The villain asks David to take their hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess he didn't really ask him. He just kind of wanted to shake his hand.
This is the point where we shake hands.
David implied. This is the part where we shake hands. Right.
And that's again, Mr. Glass. He wasn't trying to hide it. He wanted David to know. He wanted David to know. Like he was elated at this because he felt like he had finally found meaning, his place in the universe.
Right.
It's such a twisted logic.
To David.
Exactly.
He is now the villain.
Yeah, and it's such a twisted thing, but it's like you kind of can almost see it from a certain point of view. It's like, yeah, I mean, he's kind of lost, you know. Like this isn't. It makes sense at least a little bit.
Yeah.
So good.
Maybe in some way he felt. Maybe in some way he felt like he. Actually, no. I think in Glass they end up touching on it. He feels like he made a hero.
Yeah.
He made them both. Is what he feels like.
He's the hero maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can't be the bad guy because he made somebody that would help people.
To be fair, I think he does view himself as the bad guy.
Probably.
I mean he says that multiple times in all the movies.
Yeah, this is the bad. This sounds like the bad guys teaming up.
Yeah, like I think he's comfortable with that. I think he wants to be that. Like I don't think he does evil things to be evil. I think he wants to live out that. I don't
think it's that he. I mean, I'm sure he's. It might not be like he's comfortable with it, but more like that he's accepted it because he. I don't know, maybe he went a little crazy with like all the breaks in his life, like
Yeah, I mean, again, like that's a rough life.
like this, yeah. It's not ideal.
Oh God. Um,
It's a really good movie though. I
so
really
good,
enjoyed
so
it.
good. It's such a phenomenal movie. Low on action, I would say, but the action that does get shown is pretty good.
I think that's why the action sequences in Unbreakable work. It's because there's so little of it. So every second of action that happens, you feel like the movie earns it.
hmm Yeah,
It's like I was gonna talk about Glass, but I just realized I
probably
don't want to talk
shouldn't.
about
We also
Glass
have
because
Glass later.
yeah, we have Glass later.
What I do want to say is that I really appreciated like the powers in this movie. Like they were like subtle and like realistic. Like they were interesting to
Yeah,
say the least. Like you had one
like
guy that was
yes,
unbreakable.
yeah. Like I also thought that the interesting thing would be his ability to like see past
Oh
like
yeah,
sins or whatever,
so cool.
like being able to tell like what a bad person did.
Mm.
Like I think that's a pretty interesting power. Like
Yeah,
I can't really think of like many heroes having the ability to like scry.
yeah. No, I don't think anyone else. No one that comes to mind.
Like super strength, super durability, like those kinds of things are pretty standard for a superhero, but being able to touch someone and immediately knowing, hey, I killed someone. I'm it wasn't an accident.
Yeah,
That's a pretty interesting power. It's like he gets to be the judge, jury, and executioner.
yeah. And then on the flip side, you had the villain who is super smart, but his bones are like the same durability as glass, and so like if you push
Right.
them too hard, they'll just break immediately.
They called me Mr. Glass.
Yeah. So I mean, again, like it's so obvious, but it's an interesting dichotomy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
anyone would probably notice that's like, oh, he breaks all the time. He can't be broken, right?
I
But
wonder
like,
if some people have been able to I wonder if somebody watching that movie would be able to put together that if you have Elijah who is searching for an opposite of himself, his bones are super brittle and he can break, right? And then he talks about and tries to point out the fact that David chose his profession because he wants to protect people. He wants to
mm,
go out of his way to protect people. I wonder if people at that point might have been able to put together that, hey, if they're trying to if Elijah's trying to see himself as the exact opposite of David who protects people, what does Elijah do?
yeah. I mean that's I mean that's a fair leap in logic. I think. It's kind of hard to
In the
like.
moment, I don't in the moment I wouldn't have been able to put that together, but I'm sure people smarter than me out there would be able to watch that movie and go, hey, wait a second.
I think so. So here's what I'll say. And I'm not gonna spoil this, but whereas the Sixth Sense twist is one of those things that I think that a person reasonably could pick up on the twist by watching the movie. I don't think any reasonable person, without any spoilers, would actually figure out the twist of Unbreakable. But they both feel like you could have figured it out. You know what I mean? Like I don't think anyone's watched Unbreakable and be like, oh, I figured out the twist beforehand. But there are plenty of
Mhm.
things. I think, I mean, myself included, been like, oh, I could have figured that out. I should have been able to see it, right? Like that's the
Right.
feeling that David is kind of feeling. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But that's kind of my intuition is that like not a lot of people actually figured out the
Well,
twist.
what did you feel? What did you feel when it happened?
What I just said, I was like, what?
Oh.
I should have known. How could I not have seen? It's so like I didn't think it was obvious, but it was
Yeah.
like it makes so much sense, right? But like I don't think I ever would have actually put the pieces together in that way, right?
Right.
There's just
Right.
a tiny bit of a leap there that I don't think most people watching would like ever feel comfortable making on their own.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that David's weakness is water, though. That's an interesting weakness.
Yeah. That's not. It's. What did he say? It's like I had two when I was little, two kids held me under and I almost died of drowning. It's not how heroes die. How normal
Yeah,
people die.
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. Okay, so I do have one gripe with this movie. One
Okay.
main gripe. That one thing that like kind of peeves me every single time I think about it.
Hmm.
And I think the movie tried to explain it, and I'm sure the movie did explain it, but I don't think I like the explanation.
Hmm.
I really don't like that like he never realized he'd never been sick before in his life. Like, that pisses me off a little bit. Like, how do you not notice that? How does someone in your life not question that? How does his wife not know that?
Well, okay, to be fair, like if you go your entire life without like really experiencing something, what do you? It's one of those things
Right,
where
but
it's like,
like, why would his
you know
wife
it's
not be like,
there?
I've never seen you be sick. I've known you for 9 years or whatever. Like, you pick up
I
on
don't
that.
know. I guess. I don't know.
I think
Would
you would.
you
I think.
would you notice it if you had if would you have noticed it if I had never been sick in my life?
Yes.
Okay, well, no, all right, smartass.
I think I would have. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would be like super, like, hard to tell. I don't know. It's just a bit of a.
It's one of the things that's like you just don't really notice.
Like, my man would have got perfect attendance in all of his high school and middle school and shit. How do you not notice that? I don't know. How does his parents not know that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fair.
It's one of those things. It's like, how did you not like? How's it not a thing that like you ever became a thing until he was like a grown ass adult with a kid? Being hurt is something I have less of an issue with because I could see that making sense. But the being sick one really kind of peeves me because how do you not notice that you've never been sick in like 35, 40 years of life?
He had to have known something, though. He had to have known something was off.
Yeah.
Because like there's that scene where it kind of shows what happened when they were in college. Like, you know how they say he was injured in college, he couldn't play anymore. But no, the thing was his girlfriend at the time hated him playing football. She fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And when they got into that car crash, he was completely unscathed, and he kind of just saw the opportunity to, because he really loved her, I guess.
Yeah.
I can only assume.
Yeah.
But like he pulls a door off a car. He's completely uninjured. His wife literally has to go to the hospital, or girlfriend has to go to the hospital. Like, he had to have known something was up.
I guess, but it's one of those things that like
a miracle.
He probably did.
Call it a miracle.
I guess. I don't know. It's one of those things that like it's probably one of those experiences probably just like happened and you never thought about it ever again because it was so fucking weird that you just pushed that shit out of your mind. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm okay with excusing him not knowing, like, not thinking about that. Like, that for whatever reason that feels more okay to me than not realizing you've never been sick. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that just kind of irks me a little bit. But it's like such a tiny thing.
That's fair.
But yeah, overall solid movie, super good.
Also, could we talk about how good the guy that plays young Bruce Willis? He has that mouth thing that Bruce does.
Is a young Bruce Willis in the movie?
In the movie. Huh?
Is young Bruce Willis in the movie?
No. It's not. Well, I mean, it's young David Dunn.
Right. You know what I mean? Like
emulating
I don't remember
Bruce
there being a young
Willis.
David Dunn. Was that during the car crash? Was there a different? Actor?
Yeah, that was a car crash.
Was it a different actor
when they were doing that?
But that was still Bruce Willis.
No.
You sure?
Yes. Not super sure, but I am pretty sure. Hold on, let me go and look this up real quick. David Dunn, played by Davis Duffield. Oh my god. Davis Duffield playing David Dunn.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Heavily interesting.
Yeah. But look at this. I'm gonna send you a open image in new tab. Here we go. Observe. Look at that mouth thing that he does. That's just Bruce Willis.
Okay, yeah, I literally thought that this was Bruce Willis, just de-aged.
Yeah,
but I guess I realized this is an old-ass movie, so de-aging probably wasn't a thing. That is largely fair.
Is that about it that we can talk about Unbreakable?
I mean, if there's anything else that you wanted to say, I think that's about it. The weight scene is so good. Love that scene.
There's actually there's a deleted scene version of the weight scene, which I understand why it's deleted because we had already had a weightlifting scene that kind of confirms that, hey, why is he still able to lift these? Like, he's lifting so much. And then in this deleted scene, actually, I'm kind of glad that they kept the one that they did in, because the fact that as they pile more and more weights onto the bar, Joseph, his son, ends up getting like progressively further and further away from it in case something happens. I always thought that was really funny. It was a really funny visual gag.
Yeah.
But in a deleted scene, he ends up going to like the gym at like the uni or the stadium, I guess, that he's a security guard at, and he puts a bunch of weights on a bar, and he does like a few bench presses with it, and he ends up benching 495 pounds, which is not normal for somebody of his size that doesn't ever really lift weights like that. Like okay. That's one of the things that I hated about that's one of the things I hated about Glass. Like, yes, this huge fucking beefcake of a man. Yes, he can lift more than your dad, but Jesus Christ, look at the muscles on him. He should not be able to lift that much. Yet he can. He has power. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's that. Oh my god. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm not mad. Stop asking.
I'm not mad. Stop asking. All right. Listen. Move on already.
All right. So last movie to talk about today is Tangled. We watched Tangled same day as Unbreakable, February 16th, 2018. Tangled is a movie that I love. I'm the one who put it on the movie list. Let me actually pull up. I didn't pull up the stats I wanted to pull up for Tangled. Tangled came out in 2010, specifically November 2010. It did pretty good at the box office. It made almost. Oops, I've unplugged my microphone. I want to make sure. Can you speak real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. We're so good. So this made almost 600 million. And I love this movie. Wow. Yeah, it made.
Zachary Levi voices Flynn.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No,
I didn't know that.
He did. I love him. Dude, such a good movie.
That's amazing.
So anyway,
this is basically just Rapunzel. This is just Rapunzel.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun,
but better. I mean, so Flynn Rider is like my spirit animal, dude. He's so good. Every time Flynn Rider, like, I think that like one word I could use to like talk about this movie is charisma. Now, this movie has a charisma about it. No, seriously, like not just Flynn, but like everything about it flows and moves so like suave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
it kind of goes from point to point, and you never really question anything, and it just always it's so smooth and like I don't know. It's another one of those short movies. I think how long is the movie?
Hour 40.
Hour 40. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, I love this movie.
I remember being a little I guess I don't think taken aback is like the right word for it, but like I remember being a little surprised that I remember being surprised at the action sequences in this movie, because at the time it had like some of the most engaging action sequences I'd seen in a Disney animated movie, not a Pixar movie, but a Disney animated movie. I remember this came out in 2010 before Big Hero 6, because that is a Disney movie.
All right, motherfucker.
But yeah, the action sequences were very, very engaging. Much more than I anticipated. Especially like the fight scenes. They have fight scenes in this movie.
The frying pan scene was so good.
I understand that like fight scenes aren't really anything to write home about, even for like Disney, because like, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean exists, but not in animated form. Like this is, for all intents and purposes, a Disney princess movie, but I think it's the most like loose Disney princess movie. Like it's the most like it isn't just defined by the princess.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That makes sense.
No, for sure. I don't know. I don't know how to describe.
Also, the musical numbers in this movie are great.
Oh, it's so good. I actually have Now I See the Light. I think that's actually the title of the song. Is that the actual title? I See the Light. It's just I See the Light. I actually have that song on my Spotify. Yeah. I listen to that actively, and every single time I hear it, I'm just happy. This is another one of those movies that and actually it's surprising. There are not many movies that I tear up in. I want to make that clear. Urban can hopefully attest to this, but whenever I hear this song, this is another one of those movies I tear up at a little bit. Not as much as the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant gets me like deep in my soul. Like I See the Light just makes me so happy inside. And I'm just
we were rewatching the clips earlier in preparation for this, and literally like as we're watching this part, with the lanterns and shit. I hear this fucking guy go, my heart.
I mean,
Like, it's a fucking clip.
it's so my heart, dude. I love this movie. I love this movie. I love this movie. But yeah, the songs are banger. I Have a Dream. I've Got a Dream is such a good song too. I love that song. I liked that Flynn Rider was like an actual character. Like a lot of like the male.
He wasn't just the Prince Charming.
Exactly, like the male counterpart to the princess. A lot of like a lot of criticism you can have is that a lot of them are just shells. Like Flynn had a whole character arc and like accepting to be Eugene and who he is and stuff like that, and like finding a new dream and not being shallow and stuff. I like that a lot. And then Rapunzel, I never felt like Rapunzel.
Prince Hans.
Well, and that was kind of intentional, hopefully. I never felt like Rapunzel was like, I don't know, like I didn't feel like she was like dependent, but she also kind of was, because that was kind of the thing. Like she was dependent on the mom.
She was naive and vague.
Yeah, but she was like very like capable. Like there are a lot of times that she saved Flynn. Like her, dude.
Right.
Yeah. Like I felt like, okay, this is a slight of a tangent, but like it kind of ties into the point. Is that like she like used her hair so well. I'm surprised at how many unique, like thoughtful uses they had for her hair in this movie. Like she tied up Flynn. She would flip around with it.
I think a lot of that has to do with like the opening montage of like all the kind of stuff that she would do in her tower to like keep herself occupied.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like when you're stuck in a room with literally the only things to do and there being the things that your stepmother, quote, gives you, then like you're gonna find some way to entertain yourself, be it like ribbon dancing or like swinging around on the rafters or whatever with your hair. Like I think the opening kind of explains how good she uses her hair, like the kinds of utility that she uses it for. I think it explains it pretty decently.
Yeah.
It never feels like a convenience of the plot, because her hair is the convenience.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it is a Deus Ex Machina later. But no. Yeah. I love her hair, and so to get back to what I was saying, what was I saying? Help me.
I don't remember.
I was making a point after about the hair. Help.
Oh
yeah, she's capable. She's capable. So like she uses her hair a lot, and so like I never felt like I felt like she was a very good character. Like I know that a lot of the criticisms of like older Disney princesses is that like they're like super like dependent women.
The Little Mermaid. People talk about Ariel, where it's like, oh, it's a commentary about how women should just shut up and stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh no, but it's so good though. It's such a good, I think that might actually be my favorite Disney princess movie.
That's a good movie. But yeah, no. So I hope that criticism isn't being levied against Tangled too much. I don't think that that's a fair criticism. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I dig the romance. If anyone knows me, they know that I'm kind of, I'm down for romance. So I like that. Bryce liked that.
Apparently, Ron Perlman starred in this movie as well. He had a voice in the. Oh my God, no! Jesus Christ! This movie is it just has a stacked cast.
I mean, that seems to be a running theme of these videos.
Lord.
Of these movies today. So let me ask you a question, actually. So I think I told you this, but Tangled has a sequel, like a TV sequel. I've watched the episodes. So my one issue, I think they actually got both the main act. I think they got Zachary Levi back and Mandy Moore. I think they did, which is kind of crazy to me because that's a big actor for a Disney Channel TV show.
I don't know if would Zachary Levi have been considered like big back then?
Well, no, I mean the TV show came out a couple years ago.
Oh, Tangled Ever After, Flynn Rider. Oh my God, Zachary Levi plays Fandral in Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah,
I never picked up on that. No, I never picked up on that. That's.
Yeah, so Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure. Apparently, it ended this year. Yeah, Zachary Levi is in this TV show. This kids TV show.
Mm.
Only had 2 seasons, it looks like.
I just scrolled by Heroes Reborn.
Unfortunate. Let's not talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it.
So I'm actually tempted to go back and watch this series. I like Tangled so much, but my question to you would be: is that do you think Tangled is one of those things that like a sequel movie would have been warranted or good? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, because it did have a happily ever after.
Yeah.
Okay, how did Frozen end? Did Frozen have a happy ever after?
I mean, Anna was with Kristoff.
Right.
Elsa was queen. They were all happy skating around.
Right.
Pretty happy.
To be fair, Frozen didn't necessarily need a sequel, but I am glad that we got one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So Frozen is a weird case. So actually, okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that I'm pretty sure this is correct. This is a stat. Frozen 2 is the only actual theatrical release of a sequel for a Disney movie ever. Like every other sequel has always been direct to TV sequels. My man is furiously typing. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I'm 95% sure that's correct.
Okay, list of Disney feature-length home entertainment releases. Straight to home video, thus no home entertainment releases. No, I don't want this. I want list of Disney movies. Give me the list of Disney movies. Disney television animation? Is this what I want? Feature films.
Yeah.
No, this is also
yeah. So if you want me to show you right here.
Theatrical film.
So specifically for princess movies is what we're talking about.
Yeah. It's cheap. It has a downside. It was exclusivity. Bring a fairy tale to life and then locking it away is no longer the height of exclusivity.
Now a new milestone has passed. The legendary Walt Disney Animation Studios has debuted the first theatrical release sequel to an official Disney princess film in the company's 82-year history. Frozen 2 is expected to be another big box office win for the company.
Damn. Was it a box? Surely it was, right?
Oh no, it made over $1 billion.
It's killed the box office.
Oh, it made over $1 billion. It made over $1 billion.
Jesus Christ. $150 million budget with the shit that they showed in that movie. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I think it's better than some movies, like live action.
Mm-hmm.
At a 1.5 billion return. Yeah, that's they broke the box office.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think they could ever do it again.
But so what I'm saying is that like we had the conversation, like so Iron Giant is one of those things I'm very happy that they haven't made a sequel because they don't want them to ruin it. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could do the same thing with Tangled, but also like I'm not fundamentally opposed like for Frozen 2. If you had pushed me to ask if Frozen really needed a sequel, I probably would say Frozen didn't need a sequel, but I really like the sequel.
Yeah, so do I. I fucking love this movie.
I know. Don't talk about it. We have later.
Yeah.
But so
I don't know. Frozen 2 has Frozen 2 has 77% critic rating, but a 92% audience rating. So people liked the movie.
So my question stands: do you think that Tangled could have like a sequel, a movie theatrical sequel to Tangled could or still could be warranted or good? I'm sure it could be good, but do you think it would be warranted?
I think I can't. No, I don't think so because the story. I think one of the reasons why the Frozen 2 sequel works, at least in my head, is because at the end of Frozen 1, like I don't know, it's not. It doesn't have like the Disney happy ending of everybody getting paired up and you know. Mm-hmm. Which is I think another reason is that Frozen 2 also ends like that, so maybe they're trying to keep it like open ended because they see this as a money engine or something.
It's a
I'm
bit
not
of a
sure.
different
But
princess movie. It's not like
yeah,
obviously
it is a lot
Anna
different.
ends up
It's a
getting
lot more
up with
different.
Kristoff, but like it's not
Right.
um yeah,
Elsa's still on her journey. Anna's journey has ended.
I think Anna still has a little bit of ways to go, but yeah, you're right. Elsa's journey is still going. So I think where you're going is yeah. I don't think Tangled really warranted a theatrical sequel.
Yeah.
I kind of
But I think the direct to TV ones work fine because like, you know, I think the direct to TV ones are going to be very good for more low key like slice of life style sequels.
I am disappointed that the TV show doesn't use the animation from the original. I know like it probably would be not cost effective, but I don't like the 2D animation. I don't like it that much. Anyway, I agree with you though. I really like. I kind of meme sometimes that like, oh, Tangled was better. It should have got the first sequel. Come on, man, let's go. But I'm not upset. Like I like Tangled and Frozen a lot, and I'm just happy that Tangled exists. So I'm kind of just content with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love this movie. The songs are bopping. Flynn is so funny, so good. Zachary Levi brings just like charm to the character in the movie. Well paced. I haven't told you this. I forget which birthday it was. It might have been my 19th birthday. I made my mom and my sister watch this movie with me on my 19th birthday. And they're like, you can choose anything you want to do. What do you want to do? I was like, I want to watch Tangled. Keep in mind, I'd already seen the movie multiple times at this point. I just wanted to watch Tangled, and so we did. Yeah, no, I love this movie. I don't think I saw this in theaters. I don't think I did. I'm 95% sure I didn't. I don't actually know how I saw this movie. I have no idea actually.
I am still upset that I didn't get to go and watch Frozen 2 in theaters.
Yeah, it's such a good looking movie, but you have a 4K version, don't you? Peter?
Yeah.
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 So,
I have a 3D version that I watched in my
oh yeah,
graphics,
yeah,
it's great.
We'll talk about that later.
That
We'll talk about that
is
later. Stop spoilers. Spoilers. You're getting ahead of yourself, all right? We have a saga to go through. Yeah, no, I love Tangled. Anything else you want to say about Tangled? I think Tangled's one of those movies that kind of speaks for itself. It's very classic. It like
if you know the Rapunzel storyline, you can go in and watch it and just kind of enjoy the interaction of the characters. They'll find that they characterize a little bit differently.
Absolutely, it's not. It's so the thing is, it's not something that you haven't seen before. It's got a lot of like the standard stuff in it, but it's done to such a high degree and a high quality that like it's fine. And like all the characters are so good, and like the character arcs and the character story is so good that like it's totally fine. So I love this movie. Anything else you want to say about it? Any last thoughts? Anything else that you want to bring up?
Not really.
Okay.
I think we got everything out there.
Yeah, I think we did. So
we're gonna as soon as you hit stop recording, I'm gonna immediately think of something.
Probably. So thank you for watching. If you watched this, I still don't know what we're gonna call this. We'll figure it out. But thank you for watching. It was a lot of fun. So I've decided that each time I'm gonna give you like a preview for what the next movies are. So the next movies we'll talk about in the next video, whenever that is, are John Wick, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Rush Hour 2, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So look forward for that. I don't know when that'll come. Sometime eventually. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.